Hi, everybody. I am so excited to be with you guys again for another amazing installment of the speakers that I've been bringing before you for World Breastfeeding Week. Man, oh man, I'm telling you, each and every one of them have been absolutely amazing, and today will not disappoint at all. So I have the opportunity to talk to Dr. Nikita Mathur, and she is a dentist. Yes, a dentist. We're talking about breastfeeding. Of course, we need a dentist. And not only is she a dentist, but of course, she's a mom just like us. Absolutely amazing. This superwoman is all the way from India. She is coming to talk to us about her experiences as a mom, right? She's been practicing dentistry since 2011, and she has a 19-month-old son. Oh my gosh. And has had the experience of breastfeeding him exclusively up until the age of 6 months. I love it. Not only is she a superwoman doing that, she also speaks 3 languages. How cool is that? Hopefully, we'll get to hear a little bit about that. But she's had wonderful experiences in the world of clinical practice and has had an opportunity to work with so many different things when it comes to being a dentist. So I've had a little bit of a sneak peek into who she is and into what she'll be sharing with us today. So let me just let you know I am extremely excited. So let me go ahead and bring her on for you. Why? Because she is absolutely unique, amazing, and just so important. So I want to welcome to you guys our doctor and speaker for today. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Quite wonderful. It is so
God,
exciting to have you here.
that energy is so contagious, Tomesha. So contagious.
Thank you. Well, I mean, I'm so excited that you're here.
Thank
I'm
you
just
so much for having me here.
So I am looking forward to this. Now, I gave a little bit about you. I mean, it's just a snippet of how amazing you are. But can you tell us a little bit more about your experience with breastfeeding and your life experience as a dentist?
Yeah, so I have breastfed my son since the beginning. I'm still breastfeeding him. I exclusively breastfed him till he was 6 months old. And after that, solid started and all those things. And we are still feeding. This journey is still on. And it is a bundle of so many things. It is an emotion. It is how we bond. It is our time. Nobody can come between us. So it is a very special bond for us. Definitely, I've had my own struggles during the period, and there are so many things that I wish I knew when I started the journey. And so many mothers are still blindsided by those things. And few of those are like cluster feeding. I had a cluster feeding issue, and everybody around me was like, I hope you're making enough milk. You don't need to give formula. Do you need to give formula? Do you need to top it up? And it's good that I trusted myself, and we had the help of people like lactation consultants who are so underrated. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, I mean, not everyone knows about consultants, lactation consultants, and they don't go and refer to them. And yeah, so that's like my journey has been. It has been a bundle of a lot of things.
Yeah, so I've been training to become a lactation consultant. And
Ah,
I'll
okay.
tell you, the amount of information that I have been studying and the stats that I've been going through have been amazing. We talked about everything through US history, right? And then world history as well, where
Okay.
you're dealing with and where you're seeing so many issues that have arisen from the shift away from breastfeeding, right? And the shift for people who have worked to help moms to have other ways to supplement their milk and not just encouraging moms to work through the different issues, cluster feeding, right? Different latch issues or position holding issues, or even environmental issues, helping them to be able to work through that. Even nutritional issues. Sometimes it's a necessity, right? That we change our diet up a little bit so that we can help to nourish the baby and maybe have the baby not be so gassy, or dealing with some different things. And it's up to us to support one another. So I'm so excited to have you on today to help support the understanding of where dentists come into play when you're breastfeeding and with your babies, just their jaws and their mouths and how they latch, and then to how important lactation consultants are. In what I've been studying, like, to know that you have someone on your team helping to care for you and caring for your baby that are so knowledgeable and so experienced in what the historical data has been to help you to breastfeed, but then also the steps that you can take nowadays, to help you be at the best and most comfortable position when feeding your baby and taking care of yourself.
Right. So I have seen that, people have these latch issues, right? And they just give up. But I
Mhm.
think the lactation consultant's role is so big when, in our hospital, in India, it's not a common practice to have a lactation consultant in every hospital.
Mhm.
But thank my stars that I had one in my hospital, and it was a compulsory 1 hour session. Irrespective of what time in the day you have delivered, you had to attend that session. And she told us so many things, which obviously I did not know, though you won't believe the number of books I've read during my pregnancy just to be adept with the whole situation. But I think nothing can prepare you for what is coming. And that one session with the LC had changed my life, and I have never looked back. So I never had a latching issue, thankfully, but I've had friends who had this, and then nobody told her that you can go to a dentist and get the child checked for a tongue tie.
Mhm.
And that is a common issue. And a tongue tie, once it is resolved, it's just a minor cut and it is resolved. You can get back to latching. You don't really need to give up. It's obviously up to you whether you want to continue or not. It's not a forceful thing that you have to breastfeed, but it's a good thing if you can. So if someone can guide you towards, steer you towards the right people. So I think that kind of knowledge is really lacking right now.
Yes. So
Mhm.
I have begun to see more and more moms that are dealing with tongue ties, but that are not receiving much direction as far as what to do with a tongue tie. I'm hearing from many moms that they're hearing that, it's no big deal. It's not going to really affect anything. Don't even worry about it. It'll probably just resolve itself. It's no, don't even look into it. It's no big deal. Thanks for sharing. I can see that there's some problems. What's your opinion on that? Like, what's your take on what you
No.
should if you see a tongue tie?
If there's a tongue tie, it needs a very minor rectification and the tongue tie is resolved and the baby can suck. So basically, tongue tie is when your lower region of the tongue is has an extra skin. Okay, to
Extra
say it
skin.
plainly.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So you can just put there's a minor cut, which obviously a dentist would have to do it. And once that is done, the tongue comes back to its normal function. And then you can try to latch the child again. So in that early time, if you introduce bottles and the child becomes used to the bottle anatomy, it will not latch easily to a mother's breast, right? So it
Mhm.
is very important that a dentist intervenes at that point in time and resolves the issue.
Mhm.
And
Yeah, yeah.
if your child is not latching, you're not going to produce milk. And it's
True.
not like the body is continuously making milk. It's only making milk when it sees the demand. So
Right, right.
that is important.
Yeah, yeah. So, if they're not latching properly, if there is a tongue tie, then the baby is not helping the breast to know, the body to know that more milk needs to be produced. They're not transferring usually as much milk as you would if you did not have the tongue tie, right? And a tongue tie, like you were saying, is just extra skin that's attaching in some area within the mouth. So you can have it, down here, right? Or
Right.
you can and it could be further towards the
Further.
back, so it just depends. That's why a dentist should look at it, or even ENT, like up here, some of our ENT professionals are able to look at that and assist with that. But yeah, once it's clipped, and then the other thing that I found out about that's really important is that once it's clipped, you should also do additional exercises just to help to stretch the mouth, right, and the tongue to use it properly. Because with the tongue tie, you as an individual weren't aware, like your mouth wasn't aware of how to function properly without the tongue tie. So now that it can, you have to practice. It's not just, oh, I did it from day one, because you weren't doing it from day one.
That,
You know,
that is the
you have
natural
to give.
process with everything, right? When even as a child, when you're born, you don't open your eyes and you just start looking at everything and seeing everything and understanding everything. So it's the same with the tongue as well. The tongue doesn't know how to move. That muscle has not grown. So, you need to practice with the tongue. And then gradually, of course, that happens. So it's not like latching is impossible if the child has a tongue tie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it just takes some practice. So you have to give them a little bit of chance, They've gone through all that work. You've gone through all that work to have that baby. Give them just a little bit of space to practice. And amazing to have a dentist like you that understands it, and is able to take a look at it and support with it. And then someone who already is helping them to say, yes, reach out and get the support and assistance with a lactation consultant that can help you to latch, that can help you to monitor the issue, and can help you to move forward. Because you can even check and see, like, when you had the tongue tie, how much milk you were transferring by weighing the baby pre and post feeding, and then doing it again once it's clipped. So you have a good understanding of how much milk you're transferring, how much milk the baby's receiving, right? In nourishment. Because I find so many moms, I was talking actually to a mom yesterday, and how much they're concerned about their baby getting enough milk. And I'm thinking, I say to her, their stomachs are so little.
So I had an issue of cluster feeding, and my baby used to feed the entire night. Okay, I'm not kidding. I had not slept for weeks together initially. And everyone around me used to doubt whether I was making enough milk or not. And I had to actually stand up and say that the only thing that says that baby is having enough milk is the pee count, or how active he is, or he's gaining weight or not, right? How many times he is feeding is not an indication to whether he is getting enough milk or not, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure as an LC and as you're studying about it, you might know better. And I've had this issue. I've had to tell so many people that, this is normal. Cluster feeding is normal. My baby is telling me, make more milk. I'm going to have more now.
Yes. That is how it works, right? Even for moms who feel like they don't have enough production and they need to do more, they teach cluster feeding with the baby and a pump.
Okay.
So that you're helping your body to know, yeah, we need more. We want more. We want more right now. Please, 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 please. It's so good. It's so good, right? So I have 4 young ones that I birthed, and I have had the opportunity to nurse each and every one of them. And I'll tell you, it was a different experience with each and every child. Each and every child, right? And I even looked into, that's how I found out more about tongue ties. I had to, with one of them, look into that and see how it was affecting them, because it can even affect them with how they absorb food, and how they, all of the chewing, like all of this, the joints up in here and the bone, everything's connected. And I think so many times when we go to see different specialties, we don't think to tell them this is happening over here and this is happening over here. We treat it like it's 2 separate situations, when really everything with our bodies is connected. Everything's connected. You as a dentist are so important to us. Oh my gosh. You touch so many things that we deal with, And so even some of the moms, I was teaching a workshop last night, and I saw that the moms didn't realize that they needed to take care of themselves and their dentistry. Oh my gosh, they did not realize.
So, what happens when you are obviously there is a need for calcium, the body needs calcium, and it is giving a lot of calcium to the baby. So,
Yeah.
somewhere your teeth are going to suffer if you don't take care of them. And secondly, you feel dehydrated because you are losing a lot. You need to take in a lot of liquid and produce a lot of liquid. But when you are dehydrated, your mouth, you have an issue of dry mouth, and that is so common with lactating mothers. And when that happens, a dry mouth is more prone to getting infected teeth than a mouth which has a lot of saliva.
Mm.
So, yeah, breastfeeding mothers need to take care of their teeth more than they used to before. More flossing, more brushing.
Yes. And we become softer, right? So all of the hormones that we have that are now coursing and raging, right? That are increased because we have another small little person growing inside of us, at least one, if not two or three or four, right? Growing inside, that is pulling all of those, as you said, the calcium and the nutrients from us. It's so important that we're taking our vitamins, that we're getting our rest, that we're drinking our water. Oh my gosh, that we're taking those walks, and that we're seeing professionals like you to take a look at us, right? And make sure that we are doing everything we can to be our best, our healthy best.
True.
Yeah, so I have to say thank you for all the work that you have done, in your field and in the world of dentistry, just to support us as individuals, right? As people, to be healthier, to be stronger, to have beautiful smiles, and to be able to chew, to eat. Oh my gosh. So I want to ask you, what is one of the funniest moments that you have had with your little one?
So, I'm still feeding him, right? As I mentioned. And it so happens that a lot of times he'll just look at me and he will only see breast milk, and he has given his own code name. He calls it Buddhi. I don't know why. It's similar to booby or something. I don't know. So he's given his own code name, and sometimes I'll come out of my bath and he'll look at me and be like, Buddhi. That is, I think, the funniest. Also, sometimes very frustrating. Can't you just look past it? Look at me, I'm your mother.
Yes. I taught my kids sign language, right? So I understand multiple languages too, right? So one of them that I took in school and used to do a lot is sign, right? Because I also dance and I love to use sign with dance. And so one of the things I show oftentimes is baby signs, for the moms that I'm working with. And so I'm like, you should start early so that they can tell you, because one of the reasons that babies cry is because they aren't able to communicate what it is they're trying to tell you is wrong. But if
Right.
they can sign before they can speak, so they can tell you exactly what it is. So I would always say for my kids, would you like some more? Do you want some milk? Do you want some milk? And for the longest time, I would have these little people that would come up to me and they would be like just like when he sees you walk in the room, right? So my kids would be like, "Yeah, mom. Yeah, mom. Can I get some more milk? Can I get some milk?" And then we transitioned over to more. It when it's getting to eating food and different things more. I want some more, mom. Can I get more? Right? Oh, I need to eat. I need to eat. I want more. And so yeah, we did milk for the longest time. We did more. We did food. And the other one I would always teach my moms in classes, like when I do childbirth education classes and such, is when their diapers need to be changed, right? Because that's one thing that is 2 thumbs up with breastfeeding, in my opinion, because those are beautiful diapers. Those are beautiful diapers. They
Initial
don't
week
smell.
used to be feed them, they'll poop, change the diaper, burp them, and then it's again time to feed them. Right?
Yes. So true. So true. But I love those diapers. To me, they always smell like fresh baked bread. That's what I would always compare them to before they eat like table food or anything else. I would be like, yes, I will take that diaper any day. over anything else. Oh my gosh. But yes, so making sure that we are taking care of ourselves, making sure that we are having fun with our little ones and communicating. I love that he has a code word. That is so cute. That is so cute. One of my kids actually looked at me yesterday. Girl, my kids still, my two youngest are 8 and 9, and they still look at me and they're kind of sometimes like, Mom, what do you think? And I'm like, no, not. I'm not thinking right now that that's what we're gonna do. I just no. You can go make a sandwich. So I'm gonna need you. I think we're gonna be good for right now. Um, but why was it so important to you to breastfeed your child? Like, what made you want to do that?
Actually, I really don't know. I mean, I've had my own times of frustration when I used to be like, oh God, when is this going to be over? And is this always going to be like this? But
Uh-huh.
I think it is a special bond. So I'll tell you frankly, right now, my son is almost trying to wean off. Okay. And
Mm-hmm.
I weaned him for the daytime because I was planning to join work, but then Corona happened and obviously I did not. So our daytimes are weaned and we feed in the night once and in the morning once, okay, after he gets up. And now sometimes it happens in the night he doesn't want to feed. And I get so heartbroken. It's like I just cannot let go of it. So I really don't know why and how. It's a special bond. That's all I
It
can say. And
is.
I've really enjoyed it. I mean, there have been frustrations, but I enjoyed it. Maybe I did not have as many issues as other mothers do, but whatever I did, I went through them and I am here now, so I just cannot let go of it. I really don't know how mothers wean their children off.
I agree. I absolutely loved nursing. I absolutely loved nursing. And I had a baby that was premature. My third baby was premature and had to be in the hospital for an extensive amount of time. And I'll tell you, it was a different bond. Nursing with him eventually when I was able to, like it took a long time before I would be able to, and I really had to press and kind of fight for the ability to do that because they felt like he was going to need supplementation in another way. And I'm like, but it's breast milk, people. It's breast milk. Do you not understand how amazing breast milk is? And to this day, they're still testing and finding, even with the coronavirus, that breast milk is one of those amazing
Yes.
amazing substances that's like dun 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 dun, I'm here and I'm super and I'm breast milk. And it's like, guys, you cannot knock it. Like breast milk
Yes.
is amazing. And however you do, like there's so many different ways. It could be nursing, it could be pumping, it could be wet nursing. It could be somebody else, that is pumping and sharing them milk. For us here, we have a lot of breast milk banks. Not
We
a
have it
plethora,
here too.
but yeah, but we have breast milk banks. So for our moms that are here and abroad, you can share your milk. Like I have some moms that are like, oh my gosh, I have so much milk. Like I don't even know. And I go, well, share the wealth. Send it over to
Exactly.
a breast milk bank, or if
But
you have
there
a
are so
mom.
many who don't have it, right? And
Mm-hmm.
are not able to feed their
Yeah.
babies. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, share, right? It's the best. It's the best, right? There's nothing else that I can say about. I mean, I love it. I love it, and the babies love it too. So as we get ready to wind down today, is there anything else that you would like to share or say for
I just
moms?
want to say this that I've heard from a lot of mothers who think that formula is compulsory or is better than breast milk. But I think formula is just a replacement if you are not able to feed your baby. And if it is your choice, then that's a different story if you want to formula feed. But do not give up easy. I would just like to say that because once you get into the flow, then there's no looking back, then there are no difficulties, unless, of course, there are some times when you feel that, today I do not want to, I just don't want to feed you. But other than that, the difficulties, the roadblocks that are there initially, if you can just go through them, then it's a wonderful journey, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Please don't feel alone. Know that there are people here that are here to help you and that care about you, right? You are so special. You are so important, moms. And you can do this. Your milk was made just for your little one, right? It is made special. And yes, you can share, but know that it is the best. It is the best. As you take care of yourself, you are able to give your little one, man, so many things from antibodies.
Add this, I'm not sure about it. I've been asked a lot of times, how did I lose my pregnancy weight? And I think I lost it through breastfeeding. I really did not do anything else. So maybe not for your child, do it for yourself.
I know I lost a lot of my weight that way too.
I do not eat healthy. I don't walk. I don't exercise. I've lost all my pregnancy weight.
You say, yeah, no, I don't do any of that. But I lost pregnancy weight.
So maybe for yourself.
Right. For someone. Look, whether for your little one or for yourself, we encourage you to breastfeed. We encourage you, right, to stay informed, to make sure that you really are engaged in what's happening. And that hopefully we were able to anchor and galvanize a little bit today what it is to love breastfeeding, what it is to desire to feed your child and to do what's best, for you and for your little one. Whether you pick various methods to feed them, we want to say it is just best for you, right? The environment, for all of us to take the time to try, just to try our best and to reach out and get support. You're not alone. There's lactation consultants, there's dentists that are there to help you and to support you in this journey. And if someone looks at your child and says, oh, they have a tongue tie, but don't even worry about it. Oh, there's oral issues in general, but that it doesn't really matter. It matters. Everything about us matters and everything's connected. Take the time to research about your specific situation and to research individuals that can support you, dentists or ENT or lactation consultants that can help you. There's many online groups. There's many that you can just call into right now. You don't even have to go into. You can do video chats. You can call in. They're having different groups on various platforms and on social media as well, that you can get a lot of questions that you might have answered, even if you look up for videos that talk about what a tongue tie is and what oral exercises you can do to support that. Kudos to you. High fives and claps. You guys keep pushing forward, keep learning. Not that everybody will have issues. You might just have some fun situations like she does with her son, where you have fun names. And we would love to hear your fun names and the fun things that your kids do. So leave us some comments and let us know what your kids do when they see you come in the room or when they get hungry and they want to speak to you specifically about what you have to nourish them today. So thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate you for taking your time to be with us today, all the way from India. That is so cool. So cool.
Thank you.
Please make sure you guys do follow her online at blah blah black sheep. I love that, by the way. How did you come up with that?
Because of so much of blabber and so much of things that I have to say, I thought this is apt.
So she's on Instagram. That's one of the platforms you can find her on. And again, it's blah. So BLA, blah, BLA, black sheep. and there's a period between each of those. But blah blah black sheep on Instagram. She's really, really cool. And I am so excited that you came to join us today. Thanks for sharing about your 19-month-old son and all of your history in the world of dentistry. We really appreciated your time, your effort, and the ability that you have to help us as moms, to help us as women, and move forward as far as breastfeeding. Thank you so much again, doctor, for
Thank
coming.
you for having me, Tomesha. Thank you so much.
Until we see you guys next time, have a great day. Continue breastfeeding. We are in this with you together, here to support you and encourage you. So be blessed and be encouraged. Until next time, guys. Bye.
Bye.